Hi, hello, my name is Leah, and I'm going to be telling my story about how I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, an autoimmune condition slash disease at age 23. Stay tuned. All right, so my name is Leah, and I'm started this YouTube channel here today. Well, not today, but a few days ago, because I've been diagnosed with a severe, rare autoimmune disease called rheumatoid arthritis. Now, I don't know how the RA formed because it's not in my family's history, but I noticed it when I had gotten pregnant with my first daughter, and I had got injured doing a squat challenge with my friends, and the injury consisted of my left knee was I heard a popping in the knee a couple of months before the diagnosis, and I didn't think nothing of it. I left the knee. It wasn't giving me no problems. I was working, running as usual, and when I got my pregnancy, when I found out I was pregnant, a couple of weeks after that, I started experiencing a lot of back pain, a lot of knee pain, a lot of shoulder pain, a lot of hip pain. It was like someone had ran over me. So I had went to the hospital. And when I went to the hospital, the ER doctor ran tests. He did an x-ray of my knee. They did an ultrasound also with an x-ray. And he was like, so we're going to send these off and we're going to see if there's any kind of fluid around the knee. So long story short, he came back with the results and there was fluid around my knees. So it's called a symiotic fluid or Sullivan's fluid. I'm not sure what the name is. I forgot what the name was. I'm sorry. And basically, it didn't really confirm RA. He just said that there was fluid around the knees. So he recommended me to go to see a sports medicine doctor. Now, I seen the sports medicine doctor. The sports medicine doctor did run tests. And he said, well, what kind of pain are you having? Asked me the usual questions, did the x-rays. Then he did a special test called a rheumatoid markers test, like seronegative, C for seronegative, seropositive. And when he did those tests, he said he will call me back with the results. Now, a few days later go by, and I receive a call from his office, and he recommended me to come in. So I went into the office, and he told me that he's referring me to a rheumatologist. And I said, what is a rheumatologist? I'm 23. I don't know about stuff like autoimmune diseases. Yeah, I was in school and stuff like that, but that's not really a popular topic. So I went to go see the rheumatologist, but they're specialists, so they had appointments like 4 or 5 months out. I went to go see the rheumatologist in 3 months. They scheduled me for 3 months, which I was so grateful for. And once I seen the rheumatologist, she said, they was gonna run tests for lupus, for all these other autoimmune diseases, because she said lupus is very popular with young women in my age. So I was just like so scared because I have heard that with lupus, it affects your kidneys, and I just didn't want to deal with those things. Like it was very hard for me the pain was just very hard, and I just didn't want to put more stuff, and then I was pregnant at the same time, so it was just very hard for me to deal with all of that at the same time. So I just didn't want, those words were scaring me when she was saying that. And then a few days go by, we do the test. She calls me, she says, hey, you're negative for lupus, so that's a good thing, but you're positive for something called RA. And your RA inflammation markers are so high that if we don't get you on treatment, you will have deformities. I was like, wait, oh my gosh. That's where the back pain is waking up every day. You feeling the back pain, the neck pain, like you just worked 24-hour shifts in 2 hours. That's how it feels, that pain. I'm sorry. And I got to be humorous about this because I'm just now starting this YouTube channel, just now getting my voice out there. I was scared for years, months. Like, I'm scared of people judging me. I'm scared of people like shaming me. I'm scared. I was just very scared. And God is just telling me to put my voice out there because it's other people that's going through the same thing and they don't talk about it. They feel the same way I do, you know? And I know a lot of people out there with autoimmune diseases. You tell someone and they be like, oh, just drink a smoothie. Just drink a spinach smoothie, or, you know, take some vitamins, some supplements, some fish oil. They love to throw out fish oil, but it's not, it's deeper than that, you know? So if you don't have this, you wouldn't understand. So that's why I want to make this channel, and I want to explain my story for people who have RA at a very young age, you know, and even the parents that have kids that have RA, because I didn't even know you can have this at like a very young age. Like, there's 2-year-olds with it, 5-year-olds with it. It's just like so crazy to have this disease at that type of age. I feel so sorry for those kids. But it does limit my ability, you know, and right now I do have deformities in my elbows, and I did have a knee replacement in my left knee because where I come from in the Caribbean, we're not big on medication. We're a supplement type of people. We take a supplement, we drink teas, we get to like, we're not big on medication. So I neglected the medication for so long, and it started eating away at my joints, and I had to get a knee replacement. Also, it made me very bedbound. I was in the bed all the time. I couldn't even use the bathroom. I couldn't even take a shower. I couldn't even take off my shirt. Like, it was so restricted to stuff. And I thank my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, everyone for being there for me with my daughter and going through that. Because if I didn't have the family support, I don't know how we was going to make it. Like, physically, I needed that family support. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was hard. Like, even to change her diaper, it was hard. My hands would go numb. Like, it would be stiff. I can't move my wrists. I can't move my fingers. It was very hard. It still is hard. But right now I'm on a medication called Actemra and Rinvoq. So my RA is semi-controlled, but I do have a lot of flares as well. Like, I do have a lot of flares. I have to take prednisone in between, and I just want to share my story with people that are going through this. Also, I did stop eating meat. I no longer eat meat. Sugars are a really big thing that increases the inflammation. Gluten. Yes, bread, pasta. Gluten is a killer for us with RA. Killers. Gluten is so bad for RA. You know what I'm saying? I cut that out, gluten, but still sometimes I think I do consume gluten. I just don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would ask questions, but everything contains gluten nowadays. So it's like, you know, but I do avoid gluten. Yes, I do. I don't have bread. I don't eat pastas. I will eat gluten-free pastas, gluten-free bread. It's very hard to find nice gluten-free stuff, though. So just be aware of that. A lot of the gluten-free food is like, the bread is like small, like this small, and it's, you know, I'm plant-based, really. I do eat fish. I do eat a lot of fish, red snapper with peppers. I do cook a lot of that. But, yes, I had to stop meat because, yes, it tastes so good, but physically, if I can't be there for my kid, I just don't think it's worth it. You know, like, I can't take her to the park. I can't stand on my feet for 10 minutes. I can't reach for things. I can't even pick her up. You know, so it's like, I just don't see a purpose in eating those things. And it does make it hard for my friendships. It does make it hard for relationships because when I try to explain this to people my age, they don't understand. You know, and when they hear arthritis, they say, oh, that's for old people. Arthritis, that's for old people. That's not for young people. And yes, we do look young, but inside we feel like we're 90. So it's it's a very aggressive disease. And especially when you have severe RA, oh my gosh. It's like 3 times eating away at your joint, you know, and it's causing you pain. It's stiffness is so bad. I'm telling you, the RA made me lose my teeth. I had to get I had to get teeth reconstruction because it was just eating away at my joints and my teeth were just decaying. I didn't know why it was decaying. And like every time I go to the doctor, they say, oh, you need this root canal, you need this root canal, you need this root canal. And I'm like, I can't keep getting root canals because those are expensive. So I had to just make a big decision and I replaced my teeth. Yes, at 25 I did. And this is very life-changing for me. It's a lot of things that I never thought like I would ever be doing, you know, like in my life. I went to school to be an RN. I can't work as an RN right now because of this aggressive disease, you know. And I always used to be a kid, like since I was 16, I always was working, always was so active. Every day I'm outside. And when I developed this disease, I can't really do a lot anymore, you know, physically. I'm praying that this will go in remission, but for now, this is something that I have to deal with. So I feel like I want to tell my story to everyone out there, even if you don't have RA or you know someone with RA, they mentioned it to you before. Lupus, there's so many other autoimmune diseases, but RA specifically is what we're going to focus on because that's what I have. And I want to get my word out there, and I want to tell the people who don't have the diagnosis, support your friends if they tell you they have it, because they're not just complaining. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you're just complaining, you know, or exercise and it'll go away, or stretch. It's not going to go away with that. How are you going to exercise when you can't even lift that leg, or you can't even lift that wrist? You know, so unless you have it, you wouldn't understand. So try not to judge us people, okay? Be patient with your friends. Be patient with your family. Help your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people don't believe that people this young have this disease, but it's true. We have it. We're not lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know me from when I was before, like when I was 20 years old, 19, 18, I was working a lot. I have a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? So this disease just puts you in a depressive state, and I was depressed for 2 years in the bed. You know what I'm saying? And I asked God, I said, God, what do you want me to do? Like, can you help me, fix me? Like, please, you know, like, get this disease away. And for months he's been telling me, you know, do YouTubes, do TikToks, get your voice out there. So many people that need to hear this, that need to hear my story. And I'm hoping that my story will get out there, and I'm doing what he told me to do. And for the mean comments and rude comments, please, I can't fight with people. I'm on a healing journey. All the negative comments, please keep it to yourself, or don't even respond, please. But this is a video. This is my story. I'm telling my story, and I want people who's going through the same thing I'm going through, that's young like me, younger than me, you know what I'm saying? You're not alone, and we're in this together for each other, okay? And we have to support each other. All right, so comment down below what you want me to touch on. I can touch on a lot of subjects. I think I'm going to make another video. I think I'm going to try to make one video a week. Just discussing like on topics of RA. I'm still doing my research with this RA disease, you know, because when I looked it up, like a lot of people in different countries don't have this. So it's like, why in America that we have it like this, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like getting to us like at a rapid rate where we're in our 20s developing this, you know? So anything you guys want to talk about, just let me know below in the comments. I could touch more on my story in a part 2 video. I could make that. I just want to make sure that I'm getting on topic and I'm saying the things that you guys want to hear. Okay, so let me know in the comments what you think, and anything, if you have any related stories, or if you have RA as well, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to leave an email and my Instagram there so you guys could reach me if you want to reach me. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in part 2. Thank you. Bye-bye.